Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 2nd, 2014. Today is Monday. So starting off this first week of summer, I guess you could say it, just starting up with some numbers today. If we look at what's going on in the economic calendar for today, some major numbers coming out of the euro, a German manufacturing number at 10:30 this morning, South African time. And then we have a CPI number at 3 p.m. South African time, and that's for Germany, obviously, which is, like we said before, is one of the largest economic blocs in the EU, so it should have some major impact. And then later in the afternoon at 5 o'clock South African time, we have the U.S. manufacturing number coming out. And all in all, these are major numbers. Seeing how these are major numbers are coming out on a Monday, let's see how they affect their respectful currencies. So if we look at the Euro USD, let's start with that. We saw that it got really beat up quite heavily last month, about 230 pips down, okay, leveling off at about 135.90, 136 area, which is a major retracement from its high of 139.40. Okay, that's more like 350 pips. And we made this double top here and just broke away, just kept on breaking. We consolidated a little bit, couldn't hold this consolidation level, and then broke it lower and lower until we settled at 136. So these numbers coinciding with the economic news that's coming out today, these are major thresholds that we're hitting here. If we look at a longer time frame, it's much harder with the Euro USD to really pinpoint a support and resistance level sometimes, as we see. Previously we had this bull candle with a retracement, which are about the level that we're at. 136 number is a major number. We tried to challenge it before. We broke it on the upside initially. So, it is a range. We are trading in this, little support level right here. A major support level at 135, obviously, which is a more round number than 136. But I do expect a little bit of a bounce, seeing how we toppled over 350 pips about from the top. So keep this definitely on your radar today to see if we do have any news that pushes further up, from this little bounce right here. So keep it definitely on your radar. Tomorrow we have major news coming out on the Aussie. To look at a 8-hour chart. The Aussie is a classic trade ranging currency pair. On the bottom side and the mid side, we had this big rally towards the beginning of the year, and then we toppled up at these levels up here, and then we retraced a little bit. We did a little bit of consolidation here, broke it up on the high side, challenged it again, but really couldn't have any sort of momentum, and now we find ourselves at the bottom of the range. So seeing how we're closer to this threshold, let's see how this develops. I mean, if we're closer to the 0.92 area, I'd be looking to buy here, as many times they set us up right before they come up with the number in order to take advantage of it. So on the Aussie USD, just major news coming out overnight tonight. So just make sure to have it on your radar as well if you do trade overnight. The GBP Japanese yen, like I mentioned before, we have been in this relatively tight range the past couple of days, but as we saw from the beginning of the year, we really rallied nicely. This is a weekly chart, but it's harder to trade these ranges, okay, because they're so tight. But all in all, it was up a considerable amount last month. Okay, if you still buy the bottom of the range, sell the top of the range, you still have the percentage play in your favor. So for the GBP Japanese yen, that's what I would consider doing. More on the home front. Okay, the ZAR really depreciated the last couple of days with this major jump from 139 to 156, from 1039 to 1056. Major levels here that we're bouncing off of, just to look at a longer timetable about what's possibly the next threshold. I would say the next resistance on the upsides is 1066. So if we can continue this momentum on the upside, as we've made this double bottom at 1029, I would really look to to buy it between here from 1055 to 1066. Sell it closer to 1066. Let's see if we can maintain this momentum, though. It looks like it's not closing above yesterday from Friday. I'm sorry. So just keep it on your radar to see if we can maintain this momentum, because sometimes you get consolidating after it made a major move up, so you could be just sideways trading. The other major news right now is the gold. Okay, gold really tanked earlier this week. If we look at a 4-hour chart, look at that tank. Really, breaking major levels of 1282 here, and then breaking this 1282, and then 1272, right? Just like cream cheese, like just so soft, and really breaking it on the downside. And now we're sort of consolidating at 1243. There is a previous support level on the 8-hour chart, even on the daily chart. If we look, you'll see also some major support level on the daily chart, as we see here. We've made this, let's just highlight it. We made this, support level around, I would say, 1243, 1250-ish area. I'd be careful about buying aggressively into this. I actually got caught in this a little bit last week, just because it looked like it was going to sustain itself, and then, it just broke apart. So, at 1243 is one place to buy it after this major tankage right here. If it does bounce, I would look to sell it into this 1280. This previous support is now resistance. So if it does bounce, don't be greedy, okay? Because this thing, it looks like it's really soft. It looks like all the buyers just stepped out, and all the sellers just, everybody showed their true colors here. So just be careful if you do buy it. Just make sure that you put in a stop loss, because this thing could continue going down to 1238, and then furthermore to 1200, which is a major level. If it does break below 1200, we're looking even for it to break, I would say, lower than 1150-ish area. We're still off the 3 digits of 950. Okay, I won't say that we're aggressive that far we're going, but you can see here that we've challenged this 1200 area after the major retracement, and now we're challenging it right here again, and we're just about 50 points away from this 1200 area. So on the downside, you still have way to go, but just be careful if you do want to trade the balance, okay, with the short coverings. It could be a good trade. Like we said with the Dow, it just keeps on going higher and higher. We're just literally at the top of the range. This is lighter trading as we've entered the summer months, but as you can see, there's some major threshold that we're hitting here on the upside. So if we can continue going up, maybe we could hit 16,800 before the end of the month. Not very difficult for it to do it. Just make sure that we are going into a quarterly month, okay, with quarterly earnings. So it is the earnings season, not the most impact earnings season. Usually the last quarter is the most important earnings season, but nevertheless, it is earnings season. So keep an eye out on the Dow to see if it continues going up, and buy the pullbacks, very simply. Okay? This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.